you actually create the broadcast.
Yeah.
On Facebook, because our group is so massive, we get bumped down like 100 comments, especially on Sunday mornings. So yeah, I'm hoping that enough people actually see this and leave some questions for us, because guess what, guys? We're live. We are live, and this is part of our Start Sit segment, which I love doing for you guys. You know, we sit here and we go through the injuries, we go through the Start Sit questions, which I'm sure you guys have lined up for us off the chain. So yeah, make sure you guys start lining those up for us. We want to help you guys figure out your lineup situations. But before we actually go into the injury report and then go into the Starter Sit questions, I do want to introduce my guest. You guys already know Adam, right? So we're going to start with ladies first, and we're going to go with Steph. Steph, what's going on? How are you doing this morning?
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm so pumped to be here.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun episode. I'm actually really excited.
We're drinking a little early, but it's okay.
Yes. What were you doing this morning? Can you tell everybody what you were doing when I caught you on Twitter?
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun time. Hopefully help you guys out with some questions.
All right, so Steffi, real quick, let us know a little bit about you before we get started, and let us know where we can find you.
Yeah, so you guys can find me on Twitter at Steffi Smalls, but the Smalls has 3 L's. I've been trying to buy Steffi Smalls' handle for weeks now. She will not respond to me. Does not want to give me her handle, so we're stuck here. I'm a med student back home because of COVID. I go to med school in the Caribbean, and now I'm back on the East Coast doing my thing. That's about it.
Very nice.
It's just football and med school. It's really all I have time for.
God, and that's all I see on your posts, right? It's just exactly. Football this, football that. I love it. All right, Adam, let everybody know where to find you, man.
Hey, man, you guys can find me on Twitter at @TheRealAdamH. I'm holding on to that Twitter handle in case somebody wants to buy it from me. So, Steffi, if you wanna buy my Twitter handle, I'll gladly sell it to you.
I don't know how that actually applies, but I'll take it.
I don't know. It might work though.
Hey,
oh God,
you never know. I gotta shoot that shot.
Everybody out there, Adam H, the real Adam H, or the real Adam _H is actually out there for purchase if you guys are interested. You guys can find me at FF_intervention, and of course, join our circle _ is where you can find our group over there. We're doing big things. We're blowing up, and I'm very, very excited. Adam and Steph, you real quick, I did send you a message on Twitter so you guys can go out and you guys can actually share this live show, get all your friends in here. And yeah, I'm excited for this episode. So Adam, before you go on there and you share to all your different, groups you're in and stuff, can you go ahead and get us started on this injury report? Can you let us know some of the guys that are out right off the bat that we don't need to worry about, we need to get out of our lineups?
For sure. Yep. So most of these aren't a surprise at this point. Kenny Golladay, hip injury. He's not playing today. Sammy Watkins, hamstring injury is going to cause him to miss at least another week here. I think it's worth noting Kansas City has a bye in week 10. I would actually, based on his injury and timeline, expect him to be back week 11. So if you are in a deeper league and holding on to Sammy Watkins, I think you got to wait at least 2 more weeks. Golden Tate's out, along with Devonta Freeman for the Giants are out. Chris Carson has that foot injury. With Chris Carson, I think it could be another week even possibly that we're without Carson. So just keep that in the back of your mind. His backup, Carlos Hyde, is out with a hamstring injury. Kenyon Drake got the ankle sprain. Saw some conflicting reports out there. Is it a lower ankle sprain? Is it a higher ankle sprain? I don't have any clear information like that for people right now. If it was a higher ankle sprain, obviously that would be a more serious injury. You're expecting to miss more time. So I think next week could be really telling for Kenyon Drake, but he's definitely out this week. For the Dolphins backfield, you got Myles Gaskin, MCL sprain. We know he's out. People thought it might be Matt Breida's season. He kind of psyched us out there too. He's out with a hamstring injury this week. So Matt Breida, that could also be a multi-week injury. So Jordan Howard, DeAndre Washington, we might see some of those questions. We can talk about them later. And finally, N'Keal Harry, Monday Night Football. He's going to be out with a concussion.
Very interesting. Now, tell me about what happened with Ezekiel Elliott real quick.
So Ezekiel Elliott, I'm following this right now. This is one of those interesting situations, right? A football team's not very good. You start seeing some of these players with some, nicks and injuries. Do we let this guy sit? Do we kind of shut him down for the year? It's being reported as a hamstring injury. Those can vary in terms of the significance, how much time a player is going to miss. I'm following it right now. I saw stuff last night that said he was going to be out, and then I saw something this morning that said he could possibly be in. So that's going to be that might be a game time decision that you guys have to follow closely here.
All right, so real quick, we do have a lot of questions that are lining up. So I want to go ahead and knock out a couple of these questions, and then we're going to go on to the rest of this injury report. Let's just knock out like 2 or 3, because I do want to let everybody know that we're answering start-sit questions and knocking this shit out. What's going on, TK Moon?
What's
Or
up,
T
man?
King? What's up, Troy? All right, what's going on, Jamie, man? This is one of my favorite people in the entire world. Jamie Parag asks, Evans or Shark? This week, it should be a little bit of an interesting matchup, especially with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers now having Chris Godwin, who is active, who I believe we'll probably bring up here in a little bit. Evans, Antonio Brown, who's active, Scotty Miller. We don't know what's going to happen over here, which makes me a little bit nervous for Evans. I think that Shark actually, he's been banged up a little bit, but I feel like the rookie over there with Luton is going to be looking his way a lot more often. Now, I actually like Chenault in this matchup more than I like Shark, but I'm going to go Shark in this one. What do you guys think?
I agree. I totally agree with you. I think Evans this week is, especially with Brown being in with good, you got to go Shark, I think. I think he's going to be the one to go. Evans isn't going to get as many targets as Shark.
Yeah, what he's used to.
Yeah, that's what I would say. I don't know. It's hard because Evans is, but I think it's Shark. I have to agree.
We got consensus here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go Chark as well. I saw something interesting. Jake Luton, Oregon State, had the 3rd best deep pass quarterback rating. Likes to chuck it deep. That could be good for DJ Chark. Super accurate Luton is at throwing the deep ball. You could see some big plays from DJ this week.
Yeah, and he had a lot of those balls actually go to Isaiah Hodgins, I believe. So that makes it interesting over there. And I'm not saying they're the exact same player, but they have very similar characteristics when it comes to back shoulder fades and abilities for the catch radius to be extended. So let's go with Jonnu versus Gesicki. Jonnu has been interesting lately because Jonnu has been brought in a lot more often with Lewin being out, or Luan, or whatever you want to call it. Meanwhile, Gesicki with, of course, what's his name, Isaiah Ford getting traded to the Patriots, could be playing a lot more slot snaps this week up against the Cardinals. So what are we looking at with Jonnu versus Gesicki? Let's go ahead and start with Adam over there. What do you think?
So I don't know why you would want to inflict pain on yourself and play Mike Gesicki. I'm a Mike Gesicki fan, but the dude's been awful. Why are you going to do that to yourself on a Sunday morning? Jonnu's kind of cooled off after a hot start first 4 weeks of the season, but I'm gonna keep going to what's been working this year, and that's Jonnu Smith. At least he'll get you something. Gesicki's laid a couple goose eggs this year.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, that's another I totally agree with that.
But Jonnu over the past 2 weeks hasn't done anything.
Gesicki in any of my lineups, so.
I'm like the opposite end of the spectrum from Adam over here because I love Jonnu, but I can't trust his target share. It's something as to where the Bears are they're not great at getting pressure, but they still get a decent amount. And with Khalil Mack primarily lining up on the same side that Jonnu does, Jonnu might end up being brought in to help block on that side. So we could see the same sort of thing. I mean, Anthony Firsker is not a great, run or pass blocking tight end. Jonnu's been, above average, not great, but above average. So I'm actually going to lean Gesicki on this one if you need upside, but if you need floor, go Jonnu Smith. All right. Let's see. We're going to go with this one real quick, and then we're going to hop back to the injury report. And then I got the user from the UK, Facebook user from the UK with a few questions. So I got you after that, but let's go ahead and answer this one. Big Dick Nick or Luton today for QB2, I guess, 2-quarterback league, obviously. Nick Foles is facing the Tennessee Titans, who cannot get pressure on the quarterback. They suck at it. They're second worst in sacks. They're bottom 6 or 8 in pressure on the quarterback situation. And Nick's not great. Nick Foles isn't great when it comes to clean pocket percentage. In fact, he's 28th, but he still is way better than he is under pressure. He throws 30.7% more completion percentage when not under pressure, clean pocket, than he does, while he's under pressure. So that could mean a big game for Nick Foles. But Luton over there, he's got a good matchup as well with the Texans. So what are you guys thinking? We'll go ahead and start with you, Steph.
I'm Big Dick Nick all the way, and I might be a little biased because I'm a U of A alum. So that's my go-to. I think that don't sleep on those Bears, guys. I'm telling you, he can have a big game, and the matchup today for them, I think that he is the way to go. He's ready. It's time for him to have a little bit of a pop off too. He's been sleeping these last couple of weeks, so I would go Big Dick Nick, 9-inch Nick all the way.
The whole nine. Here we go.
Wow.
Oh God, let's go, Adam.
Bear down.
I'm a Bears
Top
fan.
that nine.
I'm a Bears fan, and I have been sleeping on the Bears all season because they have been poopy. That 5-3 record is the biggest sham in the world. They are not as good as their record is. I think, Chase, from us doing this show a couple weeks, I like to roll the dice a little bit. I'm gonna go Jake Luton. I'm gonna throw him out there. I'm gonna see what I get. I think playing the Texans defense, Jags got nothing to lose at this point. They're going to be airing it out. I think that Luton provides a little bit more upside. I've kind of seen what Nick Foles can do. I'm going to go upside here and go Luton.
I don't hate it, but being a 6th-round pick or whatever it was, 7th-round pick, whatever Luton was, it's not very promising over there. He hasn't really impressed necessarily, but supposedly the locker room kind of likes him a little bit. I like Luton, but I don't love him. Meanwhile, Nick Foles, if he hits 2 or 3 deep balls, which, by the way, I have a highlight reel of Nick Foles' deep balls missed to Darnell Mooney. He's missed like 8 deep balls to him where Darnell Mooney was wide open. I literally have a full highlight reel of it. It's really funny. It's terrible, but it's really funny.
Yeah.
If he actually has it, if he actually can hit those 2 touchdowns, and you're already probably getting, more than what Luton can get you today overall. Along with the volume.
Much is the thing. It's not going to be a big difference between the two. You're not looking at a big difference there.
All right, let's hop back into this injury report real quick. So we got Calvin Ridley, midfoot sprain, right? What's going on with that?
I think I just saw a report on Sleeper here that Calvin Ridley is going to be out, which is what we expected. Multi-week injury. I didn't actually see the injury when it happened. I was out of the country here, but from going back and looking at some injury reports and looking at what they're talking about, Calvin Ridley, I think we could see him unfortunately miss a couple weeks.
What about Damian Harris?
Yep, moving on to Damian Harris here. Got an ankle sprain. I would expect him to play. He's probably going to be the guy in the New England backfield.
And then Perryman, did he pass concussion protocol?
He did. So for the Monday night game, a couple guys here for the Jets. We got Perriman with the concussion. I think he is going to play. It sounds like he's expected to play. Jamison Crowder with the groin injury is actually his counterpoint. Perriman's counterpoint. Jamison Crowder is expected to be back. Those groin injuries can kind of be tough. I think next to a hamstring, that's something that wouldn't surprise me if it flared up. If Crowder's running a route or cutting something that could flare up. So that'd be something that makes him a little bit riskier to play. And then even though we got Sam Darnold back, it sounds like he flared up that AC joint sprain. He's expected to not play on Monday night, which means or Joe Flacco, as exciting as that sounds.
Gross.
Yeah. Buckle up.
Very exciting.
So what are some guys that are actually in after we had a couple scares this week?
Yep. So Matthew Stafford, COVID scare, but he tested negative again this morning, so he's going to play. So that's good if you have Matthew Stafford or any of those Lions weapons. Keenan Allen, sounds like he had a sore throat this morning. They were a little bit nervous that he might have COVID. He went through the testing protocols, and he's going to be active this week. So if you got Matthew Stafford or Keenan Allen, make sure you get those guys in your lineups. And then a guy I just threw out there because he's active and he hasn't been active since week 2, but is an exciting player, Bryan Edwards for the Raiders.
God, I love
this. Yeah, this is his first week back. I don't think it's someone that I'd be playing this week.
No, but he could open up targets for Ruggs.
Yeah, and it's definitely somebody I'm going to be watching, maybe tagging on my waiver wire, putting him on my watch list. Yeah.
Renfro's actually a sit for me because he's in, by the way. So if you guys are on Facebook, right? Facebook and StreamYard, pretty much Facebook and every other company has some sort of disagreement as to where there's some sort of riff and you can't go directly to Facebook or whatever the case is, or you can't go from Facebook. So you guys actually have to go to either StreamYard or Facebook properties and actually get approved in order to appear up with your name, just like Grant right here has gotten approved. So I don't know exactly which questions are yours tuning in from the UK. But I will go ahead and guess that these next 3 questions are. So, Kyler Murray or Justin Herbert this week. Kyler Murray has a little bit of a tough matchup up against Miami. Meanwhile, Justin Herbert has a little bit of an easier matchup. Are you going – both of them have been studs so far this year, but what are you guys thinking here? Let's go ahead and start with you, Adam.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Justin Herbert. I'm going to ride the hot hand, man. That dude's been airing it out all over the place. We talked about a little bit Keenan Allen having a scare and potentially not playing, but he's going to be in. And the one that I really like, I don't play him a lot, but I think he helps Justin Herbert a lot is that Jalen Guyton on the outside, big deep plays. He's completed multiple 70-yard touchdown passes to Jalen Guyton. You love to see that from a fantasy football quarterback. So I'm going to go with Justin Herbert.
What about you, Steph? What are you thinking?
I'm going to do Kyler Murray. I think that his matchup against the Dolphins is not as tough as everyone's making out to be. I think that you can expect a lot from him this week. As much as I'm not fully on the Herbert train yet. I know it's bad, and I know he's doing so well, but I can't buy into it yet. Something about it, I don't know why. I just don't buy it.
I love the system.
I think it's the people around him. I don't think it's him.
See, I like the people around him. I think it's the system. Herbert, for me, is a little bit riskier, to be honest with you, although Kyler Murray might look riskier. The thing is, the Miami Dolphins actually hyped up their defense this past week up against a non-mobile Jared Goff. So when it comes to that perspective, I'm actually going to be going Kyler Murray, who's a little bit more of a stud, has the rushing upside and can escape pressure in the pocket, although the Cardinals are not great at, not allowing pressure. So it's something as to where Kyler could end up having a boom type day, especially with Chase Edmonds in the passing game. He can get some big time plays coming from him. Meanwhile, he can get some utilization with his legs. So I think that Kyler Murray has a safer floor. Now, Justin Herbert does have a bigger upside, but I'm going Kyler Murray as a whole on this one. All right, half point PPR, flex spot, Rojo, Amari Cooper, or Antonio Brown. He's leaning Rojo, or she's leaning Rojo. But Fournette will get the bulk of the carries. I don't think there's a lock for either one having the bulk of the carries. If you guys listen to Bruce Arians, it seems like Fournette is actually the hurry-up back and the pass-catching back in this offense. Rojo's been dropping passes left and right. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to this, I don't trust Amari Cooper this week. I can't. Up against the Steelers. And Antonio Brown's a little riskier. So I kind of want to go Rojo over this just because it's half-point PPR.
I agree with that. I would go Rojo for sure. Antonio Brown's a little bit too risky this week, I think. I don't feel confident with someone putting him in.
Yeah, he's got bigger upside, but not his floor could be 2 catches for 15 yards.
Right.
On 30% snap share.
Yeah, absolutely.
No. Yeah, I completely agree. Jake Luton is as risky as I'm willing to go this week. Antonio Brown's not even in that same tier. I think he's too risky to play. And Amari Cooper in that Dallas offense for the same reason. So as long as Rojo doesn't fumble, I think he could have a decent week this week.
All right, Kelly or Jordan Howard. This is interesting because you brought up who'd you bring up as the third running or the backup running back in this situation? You said Jordan Howard and who else was it? DeAndre Washington.
Yep.
What about Patrick Laird? Patrick Laird was a PPR monster.
Yeah, my problem with Patrick Laird is he played really well last year, and then we haven't seen him at all this year. And I think if they were going to utilize Patrick Laird, they would have been finding ways to kind of manufacture touches for him this year, and we haven't seen him at all. So for whatever reason, I think he's farther down on the depth chart. I think he's an interesting play. I've been seeing a lot of stuff about DeAndre Washington. He's obviously got good metrics. We were intrigued with him when he signed with
Did he pass concussion protocol?
DeAndre Washington?
Yes.
You guys, let me check. Talk about Jordan Howard and Kelly here. And
I would play Howard.
Yeah. Well, so the thing with the Dolphins, right, is they're averaging almost 5 yards, or they're allowing almost 5 yards per carry up against the running back so far this season. Meanwhile, they're allowing over 8 yards per reception to the running back position. They haven't been allowing as many touchdowns. Oh wait, no, we're talking about. I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong side of this. We're talking about Arizona. With Arizona, they've been, kind of stout up against the running back position to an extent, but they still have struggled up against pass catching backs, allowing almost 9 yards per carry, while allowing only 4.5 yards per carry on the ground. So I like the pass catching option in this, and that's why I'm actually leaning Gaskin. Unless DeAndre Washington actually passed concussion protocol, then I could see them actually cannibalizing each other's snaps.
So this Dolphins backfield, I think, is confusing us. Gaskin's out. He's got an MCL sprain. He's for sure out. Matt Breida's for sure out because he's got a hamstring injury. DeAndre Washington's not going to be eligible until week 10 for COVID reasons. So Jordan Howard is going to unless you want to include Patrick Laird in there, I think for the most part, Jordan Howard is going to be the guy. So I'm going to play Jordan Howard this week. I'm a big Jonathan Kelly fan, but Justin Jackson is clearly the number one back in that field. He's out touching him in both carries and targets. So I'm going to go with Jordan Howard and at least get some safe floor.
All right, we got a bunch of questions lined up, so we might have to go into hurry up mode here for a second. But let's go ahead and answer back to Helena's question real quick. Pick 2, Slayton, Deontay Johnson, or Juju. Let's go ahead and start with you, Steph.
Okay. Let's see. Oh gosh. I think I would maybe play Slayton. Juju.
Yes.
I don't know. I would
Yes.
Slayton. I think it's Slayton.
He's got a tough matchup up against Fuller or against Darby. So I don't really like either one of those, matchups, regardless of what side he lines up on.
Yeah. I think I would go Slayton though. I think that I don't know. What do you guys
Well,
think?
pick 2.
This
Pick 2.
one's tough. Pick 2? I would do Slayton and Juju. I would do Juju. I know you guys hate that. It's okay.
No, I actually love Juju. Juju has Jordan Lewis. Jordan Lewis has been absolutely terrible. He's been probably the worst cornerback so far in the NFL this year. That's going to be Juju's matchup. And by the way, Juju's like 8th or 4th in red zone targets so far this season.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys knew that or not, but he's either 8th or 4th. He might be 4th with like 9. I think he's 4th. So he's getting the red zone targets. He's getting that target premium. I think that Juju's a smash play this week. Meanwhile, Slayton, I hate his matchup, so I'm going to go that, maybe they each get a touchdown over there with Deontay Johnson and Juju. I'm going Deontay Johnson and Juju.
Okay.
Adam, you got a quick one?
Yeah, I'm going to confuse her even more. I'm going to go Slayton and Deontay Johnson. Those are my
Oh, that's great. All right, good advice, guys. Pick whatever one you want. All right, Helena again. Claypool, is he a good play this week? Another Steelers wide receiver.
Go trifecta. Play Juju, Claypool, and Deontay Johnson. You can't go wrong. Play them all.
Oh God, I'm on Juju this week, but I can understand playing either Claypool or Deontay Johnson. I wouldn't play both because they play very similar, positions. All right, DJ Moore, or DJ Chark. DJ Moore has a tougher matchup this week up against the Chiefs. There's a good chance the Chiefs get up early. Panthers have to throw. We don't know what's going to happen with Chark and the Luton, combination. I think I'm going to have to go DJ Moore on this one just because there's more guaranteed volume to an extent. We saw Teddy Bridgewater try and force the ball to DJ Moore after they were down, last week. Although he ended up throwing an interception at the tail end of the game. I just think it's a DJ Moore type week. And I know he has a tough matchup, but I'm still going DJ Moore.
I think that's fair. I actually can't argue, I think I was going to say Shark, but I think what you're saying is reasonable. So I'm going to go Moore as well.
I'm going to argue with you. I'm going to go with
we got like 200 questions.
I'm just going to go DJ Chark. I don't like the way Carolina and Joe Brady's using DJ Moore. Robbie Anderson is like the guy underneath and over the top. DJ Moore is like a deep threat, getting 2 to 3 targets a game. It's disgusting. I hate it. I hate it so much. So I'm going to go with DJ Chark. But
guess what? I think DJ Moore is actually outproducing Robbie Anderson. At least he was before last week. I think he still is. So I could be wrong with that, but I'm pretty sure it's like 1 spot ahead or 2 spots ahead. Anyways, hi y'all. What's up, our boss? I'm guessing that's how you say it, our boss. Thoughts on Michael Thomas this week? Is he worth starting over Marvin Jones Jr., Claypool, and Jerry Jeudy in PPR? Marvin Jones Jr. should see the majority of the work over there. Meanwhile, Claypool, I'm going to go ahead and kick him out of this unless you guys disagree.
Nope.
I don't disagree.
Kick him out because the unknown with who's going to get the targets. Meanwhile, Jeudy should be a major option in this passing game over there for Denver. We don't really know what's going to happen with Drew Lock, but Judy's been dropping balls, but when he actually gets them on his hands, he's giving us production. So for me, with Michael Thomas being able to sit out those extra couple weeks with the disciplinary action and then whatever else happened with like his hamstring. Either way, he got a couple extra weeks to be able to heal up from that high ankle sprain, but that's not what is concerning to me. What's concerning to me is Davis. Carlton Davis shut him down in week 1 before he even got injured. He got injured at the very, very, very end of the game. And he had like 2 receptions for 14 yards on like 5 targets or something along those lines. So Carlton Davis shut him down. They put a safety over the top on him. I could see them doing the same exact thing this week. So if you need upside, I'd go Marvin Jones Jr. If you need floor, I'd probably go Michael Thomas just in case of the volume. But I don't love any of these options this week unless you need like a boom play with Marvin Jones Jr.
Yeah, I don't trust Judy this week at all. I think that the whole season has been a little. If he's got butterfingers this year, I just wouldn't. I think I'd probably go Thomas or Jones Jr., I guess, but I'm not confident with any of these. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Marvin Jones Jr. I don't really like it either, but Michael Thomas, you nailed it, Chase. He's got a really tough matchup. Carlton Davis leads the league in pass breakups. He's number 1 in the league, and he's only allowed 2 touchdowns this year. He absolutely ate Michael Thomas's lunch the first time that they met earlier in the season. So for that reason, I'm going to go Marvin Jones.
He whipped out the brass knuckles and smacked him in the face. All right. Oh, man. What was that? Oh, man. The longest shirt. No. It was what's that movie with the jail one? Anyways, we got what's up?
Over my head. It was over my head. I don't know. It might be
Deontay Johnson, AB, DJ Moore, Evans, Claypool. Oh man, this is ugly.
Y'all love AB this week, huh?
Dude, everybody loves AB. They want to know if they can
They're
play
excited.
him. They just picked them up.
What is
They're
this?
excited.
I'm excited.
Is this 2008? I mean, come on.
I'm going
They're
Deontay
playing with,
Johnson.
Like, a 2014 like Madden game. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love that.
I'm going to go with Deontay Johnson, and even though I hated on him earlier, I'm going to play DJ Moore. I think some of the other guys is. Oh, you know what? Actually, I'm going to go Mike Evans. I'm going to go Deontay Johnson and Mike Evans. I just talked myself into Mike Evans just now. It just happened.
All right, I'm going Deontay Johnson, DJ Moore.
Me too. I think that
All
you
right.
were right the first time.
Crowder versus Christian Kirk. Christian Kirk has a brutal matchup this week, guys. I don't want to play Christian Kirk anywhere. Xavier Howard matches up perfectly with Christian Kirk, and it's going to be a tough game for him overall. Meanwhile, Byron Jones is up against DeAndre Hopkins, and Byron Jones has had some, highlights, but he overall has been kind of struggling up against the big time guys because they've been leaving him in single coverage. I don't know if they do that this week with Hopkins, but I know for sure that Christian Kirk won't be seeing a ton of targets. If anything, it could be an Andy Isabella game up against Nick Needham over there in the slot.
Yeah,
So, yeah, I'll let you go, Steffi. I'll let you hit it.
No, I mean that's all.
Hit it, girl. Hit it.
I mean, there's really no did Crowder just came off an injury, right? Or no, am I wrong?
Yeah.
And he was talking. Adam was talking about how it could flare up too, so keep that in mind.
Yeah, because what does he have?
He had a groin injury.
That
caused him to miss last week.
Yeah, but I think I would do Crowder.
I'll take Crowder's first half production over Kirk's entire game production.
Yeah, right.
So, I mean, this is peak, sitting on the fence. I think if you need floor, it's Jamison Crowder. The dude gets like 13 targets a game. But for whatever reason, I love Andy Isabella, Chase. He has not been able to link up with Kyler Murray yet this year. And we saw.
Yeah, he's very similar to Darnell Mooney.
Yeah, we've seen him. I don't know if he's running the routes incorrectly or what's going on, but when he isn't doing those things correctly, Christian Kirk is actually being the one that's used as the deep threat. So I think Christian Kirk, even though he's got a tough matchup, it takes one play potentially, and he could, get you 15 points in your lineup. So depending on what you need, I think if you need floor, Crowder could probably give you somewhere between 4 to 6 points. But if you have a tough matchup, maybe I'd throw Christian Kirk in there.
Corey, we're going to talk about this in the group chat as to whether the S or the C in scent is silent. I actually had this argument, and I won the argument. So we're going to talk about this in the group chat later. All right. Evans is going to get shut down. I don't think so. Not in this matchup, especially with Landon Collins being out. Wait. That's Evans. That's Mike Evans. Okay, that makes sense. He's up against who is Lattimore this week?
Lattimore hasn't been that good.
No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't, but they also got the free safety
down,
over top.
But he's not going to do amazing today by any means.
All right. Who are must starts in DraftKings today? Dude, you got to tune into the episode. I have it up on the podcast. Go to linktr.ee/fantasy intervention. Go to whatever platform you decide for the podcast and go check it out. I believe it was 2 episodes ago with Christian. We went through a whole entire DFS episode. All right. Keenan Allen or Chris Godwin? Or actually, hey, Troy, by the way, you're on YouTube. You can just go back 2 episodes on YouTube. All right, Keenan Allen or Chris Godwin? Chris Godwin with the broken finger. I like Keenan Allen. I don't think it's a question. I do think you attack P.J. Williams in the slot over there for the Saints, but I feel like Chris Godwin's going to be rolled out as more of a decoy this week. And I think Antonio Brown actually sees some snaps in the slot.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, 0.5 PPR. Dobbins or Dallas? I do not like Dobbins this week. He has the Indianapolis Colts, who have been amazing up against the running back so far this year. Now the Colts don't really apply when it comes to running backs and the average way that they run the ball, but still, I'm not going to be playing Dobbins this week. I know we had an amazing week last week and looked really, really good, and I love Dobbins moving forward, but I can't play him this week. I'd rather have an easier matchup with DJ Dallas. What do you guys say?
I also agree with you. I couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah, I love DJ Dallas. He's a converted college wide receiver. We love getting those PPR points, so I'm plugging in DJ Dallas.
Really, Facebook user? This is your Mike Evans or Des Bryant? No, he just got activated off the practice squad. Come on, man, get out of here. It's Mike Evans.
Y'all really trying to make me mad this morning, huh?
Shane, what's up, man? Shane's in the chat. Yeah, the Bears give up the 11th most points to the tight end, so it could end up being a big week for Jonnu Smith. God, that was a while ago. See, this is how far back we actually get with these comments. That was a Jonnu Smith comment. All right, Ronald Jones or Zach Moss? Zach Moss can get utilized in the red zone a lot. That's how he's been. When it comes to not Matt Breida, Devin Singletary, he's like, I think, 3 touches inside the red zone so far this year. So I don't think that's very promising. I'm going to go probably Zach Moss in hopes that he's – no, you know what? No, the Seahawks are actually really good up against the running back in the middle. I almost made a mistake there. I'm going to go Ronald Jones.
Yeah, I was just going to say that exact thing. I was going Ronald Jones. I don't like Zach Moss in this matchup at all.
So I'm going to go Zach Moss. I'm not disagreeing just to disagree, I swear.
Sure.
So Zach Moss,
okay.
The reason I'm going with Zach Moss,
I'm out.
I think people have not liked him this year, but we forget that he had the turf toe injury. We saw him back against Kansas City, started out with a 25% snap share that jumped the next week to 47% snap share. Finally against New England, 54% snap share. He's finally getting healthy. Those turf toes take a little bit of time to get over. I like Zach Moss in a game that could potentially have a lot of points in Seattle Buffalo.
Andrews or Ebron PPK?
Point per kick.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out now. No, that's the PPR, points per reception. Wait. The receptions aren't even near. I mean, K's not even near R. How did he mess that one up? Maybe it's something I'm not realizing. Maybe that means first down or something like a K. I don't even know.
You got to put him in your flex spot. I'm going back a couple weeks.
The flex spot. Dude, that was 3 weeks ago. Oh, my God. Somebody said flack instead of flex. So that was a good one, man.
That's an old one.
I'm gonna go Andrews on this one. I think that they're gonna let Lamar pass to an extent. I know they're probably gonna put double coverage on him, but I'll take the double coverage over the riskiness of Ebron, who they might not have to throw in this game. After a couple big plays, they might just revert to running the ball the entire time. Now, one of those big plays could go to Claypool, which makes it interesting. But I'm gonna go Jefferson in this one.
Jefferson. Yeah, for sure, Jefferson. I think that this week, Jefferson. Definitely.
I agree with you guys.
Oh, cool.
I agree.
Finally, about time. All right, Hines or Jordan Howard? Oh, God, this is ugly. I hate Hines, man, but I think I got to say Hines.
Neither.
Oh, that feels so gross. Hines. I know, right?
I'm going to go with Jordan Howard.
Okay, it's close. They're both, not great, but I feel like Hines has a bigger upside, I guess. And with those two with such a low floor. Yeah. All right, Brady or Ryan? Matt Ryan has a sick matchup this week, right? He's up against
who are they playing?
Denver? Yeah, Denver. It's not great, actually. Denver's been pretty good overall against the quarterback so far this year in the majority of games. I'm going to take Brady.
Mm-hmm. Easy.
I'm going to take Brady. I don't have any reason. I just feel like this is going to be like a prove-it game. Bucks, Saints.
Great analysis.
A lot of points. Yep, there you go. My gut feeling.
All right, comfortable with Breeze tonight. Options are Luton, Foles, and Jones. Yeah, I'm going to go Breeze for sure of those guys.
Yeah,
although I'm not confident with Breeze up against Tampa Bay. They've been really good so far on the year. I
wouldn't play any of those.
Yeah, none of those over Breeze. Yeah, none of those.
Even though I love my Jones, but it's not.
Oh, wait, 2 of those in a row. Why is Chase wearing a Shane, man? You should already know this if you tune in, man. My first ever live episode ever was on a Sunday morning where I woke up hungover as shit and I promised a bunch of people I'd go live. Woke up to a bunch of text messages. Hey, I thought you were going live today. So I rolled out of bed. Actually, I worked that night, and then I got drunk at a friend's house. I rolled out of bed and did a live show after like 3 hours of sleep, still being drunk. So this is my hungover, I guess, tribute to my first ever live stream back last year.
And the tie is great.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. I'm not even hungover right now. That's the crazy part. All right, pick one. DJ Shark, Marquise Brown, or Tim Patrick. The Colts are going to force Lamar Jackson to beat him on the outside. That's where they force teams to beat him anyways, and normally they win. So you have huge upside with Marquise Brown, but all three of these options are risky. So I think I'm going to go Marquise Brown with the upside because all three of them could put up 2 points, you know?
For sure. Yeah, I do Marquise Brown too. Easy. Right when I saw it, that's who I went to.
It is PPR, which makes Tim Patrick a little more appetizing, but
yeah, kind of.
I'm scared to disagree again.
It's okay. Disagree. It's okay. It's good. It's good for the culture.
I think Marquise Brown and DJ Chark are similar risky plays, but I got a lot of DJ Chark exposure this week, so I'm just going to go with DJ Chark. I think you could have a big game.
Him.
I do.
I just scrolled to the bottom, and I'm like, damn, we're catching up on these comments.
I want to get my DJ Chark jersey right here.
Yeah, you have
Do it. Do it. Dude, get a fat head.
No, because last time it was going to be Paris Campbell, and then we saw what happened there.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay.
That was going to be my boy this year.
Dude, I know.
I'm not going to jinx DJ Chark like that. I can't do it.
So I'm sitting there. I scroll to the bottom, right, thinking that we're done with the comments, and all of a sudden, like 20 more load after I was already at the bottom. So here we go. We got 20 minutes to answer all these before I got to hop off.
No, Lindsay. I haven't even finished reading this. I went to play Lindsay.
But Lindsay's been hurt.
I don't trust Lindsay yet. He's one of those.
Oh, get rid of Lindsay.
Don't play him.
Oh, I think you're saying go with Lindsay.
No,
she's saying get rid of him.
That's my personal. I wouldn't play him.
No, I wouldn't either.
Lindsay is one of those players I don't trust in my lineup ever.
I wouldn't go or Melvin Gordon either. DJ is probably going to be on my lock for the RB2, and then Mike Williams between MG3 and Lindsay for the flex. I'm going to go Mike Williams as well.
Yeah, I don't know how you couldn't play DJ Dallas after the week you had, and we know Chris Carson and Carlos Hyde are out. Sure. Like DJ Dallas is an auto start.
Okay, are you saying that again since you just picked Zach Moss?
I would like to retweet that if possible.
This person is picking on me. I would go DJ Dallas over Zach Moss. Yeah, I said auto start, and I meant it. Yeah. DJ Dallas.
Yeah, same. All right, let's go with Ridley, KA, and AB. Wait.
Keenan Allen.
Oh, Keenan Allen. Brown. Okay, cool. No, yeah, you're right. Have to play
Ridley's
one.
Out.
Yeah,
Ridley's out.
And you have to play.
Did you not listen, Sidewine Squib, to our injury report? Come on, man. Come on.
Come on, man.
All right. So I'm going Keenan Allen. I don't even think it's a question.
Maybe he's talking about Riley Ridley.
We gotta see how AB's gonna fit into that team. We don't know yet. You don't know. Gotta go Allen for sure.
For sure.
All right. Todd Gurley or Devin Singletary? Whoa, she's hot. She's on fire.
Sorry.
Gurley. I like it. I'll take it.
Singletary. I don't think he's been performing well. I don't think that. Especially, who are they playing again?
The Broncos.
They're not. Yeah,
wait, Singletary?
No, Singletary's playing the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, definitely not.
I'm going Todd Gurley.
Yeah, definitely.
Sure.
No, you can argue. It's okay. If you don't agree, it's fine.
I don't
Justin
feel
Jackson, Jordan Howard, or Gus the Bus. I don't like Gus the Bus this week. I also don't like Jordan Howard that much this week. I'm going Justin Jackson. I think it's a lock.
Yeah. Yeah, buddy.
Him.
All right, Juju over Lockett. That's okay. That's a good question because with Jordan Lewis giving up as many points as he does and with the red zone targets, I think that Juju actually has a higher upside than Lockett, but I still love Lockett's upside. I think you're in a win-win situation, but with Lockett's floor, that's where you really can end up banking on Lockett over Juju. So I'm going to go Lockett in this situation.
I want to argue, but
argue. Come on, let's do
go
it.
Lockett, I guess. I would.
Yeah, that's
Juju.
what.
I would play Juju.
You want to play Juju?
I would play Juju. Yeah.
Oh God.
And this is a gut feeling.
You just hate Dallas because you're a Giants fan.
What? Yeah, I do.
No, well, the Bills, you attack the Bills, out of the slot a big portion of the time. Tre'Davious White could be covering DJ Chark. I'm sorry, not DJ Chark, GJ Metcalf. DK Metcalf, Jesus Christ. DK Metcalf. So it could be a situation as to where they keep Lockett in the slot for the majority of the time, hide him from White, who doesn't normally travel to the slot. He normally doesn't shadow as often unless it's a dynamic player, which this guy is. And I think they could still put a safety over the top with a linebacker underneath to provide extra height advantages or disadvantages for DK Metcalf because Tre'Davious White's only 5'11". So I think they're going to see a lot of double coverage on DK Metcalf. Meanwhile, Lockett should see a lot of single coverage out of the slot. Who I can't remember who it is, Jonathan something. Anyways, what do you say, Adam?
Something or other.
I'm big on Tyler Lockett. I don't know what it is about Tyler Lockett, but he seems like he's one of the most disrespected players in fantasy football. I think it's because he has these boom or bust weeks, but the dude is a big play waiting to happen. He's top 20 in the league in deep targets, top 25 in yards per reception. I think Tyler Lockett's going to be my dude.
It's the first time I ever opened up a second beer on this Sunday morning pod.
I actually am going to get up and give up, and this is my favorite question ever. So.
Wait, this one right here? Go.
This is great.
Take it. Go ahead and read it and then say it.
And then after Golden Tate.
You got to read it. You got to read it first.
Go ahead. Go read it.
No, read it. You.
Okay.
I want you to read it.
Who is the biggest complainer ever, and why is it Golden Tate's wife? Well, it is Golden Tate's wife. And then after Golden Tate's wife, it's Golden Tate. Golden Tate actually is not even traveling to Washington today. He's not even coming. He's not even going to be there at all.
Was that a team decision or was that his?
I think it was a team. Yeah.
Well, that's because he missed, 2 practices? He didn't want to show up?
I don't know what he did. He's such a loser.
Did you see those rants he was throwing during the game last week, too? Like, throw me the ball. Like, yelling at the giant sideline after he made a catch.
It's so pathetic. It's like they're pushing you out of the playbook. Let's not get too, this is planned. It's not that you're not getting the ball. It's that you're not supposed to get the ball.
Well, they bring in Caden Smith. They want to bring in Caden Smith to help block, so they're bringing in 2 tight end sets.
We picked up Cole, whatever his name is. What's his name? Corey. I have claw brain at this point. It's been a little
claw brain. Well, you were starting to drink at 8 o'clock this morning, so that makes sense.
Whatever his name is, this guy's
Dante Pettis.
This is planned. He's out.
All right, Shark or Hollywood Brown? I'm gonna go Hollywood Brown with the upside.
There's so many Shark questions.
I know.
I know my answer. It's Shark.
I'm going Hollywood Brown.
Shark.
All right.
Me and Chase are going to fight this week at the end of the week. Hollywood Brown, Mark.
Dude, there's a lot of disagreements we've had.
Yeah.
All right, Gallman. Gallman, no. Gallman's off.
He's not
right?
off.
He's off.
Freeman's
He's got the Washington defense.
What? Freeman's
He's
not
got
playing, though.
Yeah, Freeman's out. I got to agree with Steffi here. I got to agree with Steffi.
He's going to get at least 60% of the snaps for sure.
I'm doing Randall Cobb, and I'm going to think of a bet that we're going to end up living out. I'm going Randall Cobb.
You're gonna make me
up against Jacksonville. I'm going Randall Cobb. I'll think of a bet, and I'll message you guys after the show. If you guys have any ideas what bet we should do for next Sunday morning, please put it in the comments on what bet we should do for next Sunday morning, and we'll live it out.
Your bet you should have to put Randall Cobb in your lineup for the rest of the year and deal with that punishment. Yeah, exactly.
All right, Lattimore will cover Evans tonight, right? Yes, that's what we're assuming is Lattimore will cover Evans. There's no way that Janoris Jenkins will cover Evans because Janoris Jenkins is 5'6", and Mike Evans is 6'4" or something.
How dare you?
He's actually 5'8" versus 6'3" or something, but still. All right, DJ Moore, Mike Evans, Mike Williams, half-point PPR. I'm going to go Mike Williams in this matchup. What do you guys think?
I think same. I feel like this is the 14th time we've gotten this question.
This combination of players has come up a lot.
About Moore and Evans is what it seems like.
Well, we are too.
Yeah, exactly. I go Williams.
I go Mike Evans.
I'm going Williams. So we got 2 Williams and you on Evans.
Ruggs.
All right, Dez in the X Bryant. Or Ruggs at the flex. I'm going Ruggs over Dez for sure. That's not even a question for me. And then Edwards or Singletary at RB2. I'm going to go Singletary at RB2. The Seahawks struggle to contain outside running backs. Singletary is that type of player. That's why I like him actually over Zach Moss this week. All right, Tua or Drew Brees? This is a good question because the Cardinals defense is very sneaky good, especially in the secondary.
Exactly. I don't know.
Breeze, consensus Breeze.
Yep,
Breeze,
I'm good with it.
And by the way, I don't think Tua is nearly as bad as what people have been leading most people to believe. Their defense was just so dominant last week, and the breakaway runs, like he was good last week. He just didn't pass.
Like, he's not very dynamic on his feet though. He's shorter. He can't really see the. I don't know. I'm iffy on him.
RIP stream. What does that mean?
It's because he's a Facebook user. Show your face.
Wait, where? Damn it, dude! It just loaded a whole shit ton more posts. All right. I have to start Godwin. Who would you start? AB with him, or would you start? Not who would you start? Would you start AB with him? He's in a dilemma. If you're in a dilemma, then you're gonna have to go with AB. I don't know who your other options are.
Yeah.
All right, Justin Jefferson or AJ Brown or Marvin Jones. I think that AJ Brown has a massive week this week. I'm going Brown, but all three of these options are good.
Mm-hmm.
Easy.
DJ Moore, Mike Williams, or we already had it. Maybe it is the same exact question that I keep on pulling up.
I swear we keep getting the same question.
What's up, Arbez? What's going on, man? New England Patriots versus Jets. Talk about advantages Pats defense have. PPR. Wait.
You said his name right.
Yeah, I did. Wait, you want me to sit there and break down like the matchups in this one? I don't have time to do all of that, man. We got like 200 more comments to get to.
I got a quick hit for you. It's called Joe Flacco. It's called Joe Flacco. That's all you need to know for the New England defense. Joe Flacco.
Yeah, so it's Gilmore's bad up against speed guys, so maybe you could see a touchdown with Denzel Mims, but I doubt it. I'm not going to be playing pretty much any of these guys unless I have to. Maybe Jameson Crowder over, like we talked about earlier, for whoever it was. Ridley's not active.
Since when?
Pretty sure Ridley's out.
Yeah,
if he's in, Ridley's out.
And even if he's in, don't play him, please.
David Johnson or Keenan Allen. This is a good matchup for David Johnson. I think that he could have a very, very good game overall. I think the last time they played, he rushed for 96 yards, if I remember correctly, like 30 yards in the receiving game, something along those lines. So you have a very good floor with David Johnson, but I like Keenan Allen's ability to garner those catches. I'm a little bit concerned that he was sick. So if you need floor, I'd go David Johnson. If you need upside, go Keenan Allen.
Easy. Yeah, fair. Totally. They're playing with the Falcons? Yeah, no.
My wide receiver core is hurt this week. Do you play Denzel Mims, Cobb, or Myers? Going Cobb, baby. Cobb.
Oh. I'm going to go Denzel Mims for upside.
Yeah, I agree. I don't disagree. I don't like Cobb in this scenario.
Randall Cobb.
No, don't play Randall Cobb, okay? What? Keenan Allen 6.
AB a question mark. That's sort of where I was getting. Oh, okay. He's talking about the earlier question.
Yeah.
All right, 0.5. God, you're yelling before I even get a chance to read the question. 0.5 PPR, 2 of 3 between Shepard, Williams, or Crowder. Like we talked about earlier in the show, Crowder has that injury issue, and I think that Shepard could see a lot of snaps over there up against Jimmy Moreland in the slot. Jimmy Moreland's been very good, but Shepard could end up getting some targets. It might not lead to a 100-yard performance and touchdown type thing, but you could see 60 yards on 6 receptions, giving you 12 points, which is solid. Meanwhile, I think that Mike Williams is a lot for a lot of my lineups this week.
Jones loves Shep, so
he sure does.
That Washington team is going to go off.
But he's been forced to play the outside, which just makes me nervous a little bit. All right.
That's true. Fair.
I like this tree. Oh, God. I can't. All right, on to Brady or Josh Allen. I love Josh Allen this week. He's in my top 6 or 7 quarterbacks this week, I believe. I know that he's been kind of spotty, but
this is the week to play him. If you're going to play him,
he's been playing in miserable conditions. The biggest difference, he's had 28 deep balls so far this year, over 20 yards. 21 of them came in the first 4 games. The other 7 came in the past 4, and he's been dealing with weather issues, matchup issues, drops from both Brown and from Stephon Diggs. It's been he's been inches away from still being that top end quarterback so far this year in multiple different occasions. This could be the week where he actually absolutely smashes. All right. McLaurin or Moore, Hunter Henry or Andrews. Terry McLaurin's pretty much proven that he's been matchup proof, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he produced up against them last time they faced. I'm going to go McLaurin over Moore.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
All right, Hunter Henry or Andrews. They've got a sick matchup, but I keep on picking Chargers guys, so I don't know if I want to go with another Chargers guy again. But Hunter Henry does have an advantageous matchup. He is touchdown dependent, though.
I'm going to go Andrews a little bit here.
Yeah, I mean, Mark
Yeah.
Andrews, you play your studs. He's a tight end stud. I would play him.
Yeah, I think so. I don't love Henry this week.
If you lose the bet, you have to dress like the winner. Well, that means I either have to wear a T-shirt or I have to wear a scarf with. I don't even, what is that? What is that? It's a vest?
Yeah.
I don't have a furry
I could say
vest.
if I was cold, if I was hot. I don't know.
I should have worn my most ridiculous outfit today if I knew that was
I
going to
know.
be.
I know what to prepare for this.
We'll figure out
Put me
something.
in next week, and then I'll see what I can wear.
Zeke or Damian Harris?
Paris.
Yeah, I'm locked in on that too.
That's it. Easy.
Okay, this is a good one. This is probably my favorite one so
This
far.
is a good one.
DJ Dallas or Todd Gurley? Because Todd Gurley, up against good run defenses, he's kind of been limited in his carries, but I think it's been very game script dependent too. Meanwhile, DJ Dallas is pretty much going to have the backfield to himself. Obviously, Travis Homer, I saw 2 snaps or something like that last week or 2 touches.
Dallas.
I think Dallas has the bigger upside while Gurley has the bigger floor, but Gurley could still smash. I mean, Denver's been okay up against the running back, but not great.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm going to go Dallas, but barely.
Yeah. DJ Dallas, like I said, is my auto start. I actually been watching some Todd Gurley, and I had some skepticism about earlier this year. I don't think he's really been that good. He's kind of been more of just a touchdown dependent running back. So I'm going DJ Dallas.
All right, Evans or Juju?
Juju.
Mike Evans.
Juju.
Y'all love Evans. That kid loves Evans. It's your boy.
Deontay Johnson. We've seen 4 different ways Deontay Johnson's been spelled so far. Deontay. All right, we got 8 minutes, guys. So we're going to try and rush through this. We got 8 minutes, then I got to go set my lineups and get my.
I wouldn't play Allen. Not this week. Nope.
Ooh, I'm going to go Keenan Allen. I think the volume could be there. Deontay Johnson is just too risky for me.
Mm-hmm.
Adam.
I'm going to go with Deontay Johnson.
All right. Tim Patrick, who's also injured, along with the injured Godwin. I'll go injured Godwin over injured Tim Patrick.
Yeah, for sure. Easy.
Adam.
I'm going to go with Godwin.
All right.
I had to think about that one.
Darius Slayton or Justin Jackson, 1 point PPR. I'm going Justin Jackson.
I'm going Slayton.
Yes.
You would go Slayton. She's a Giants fan. Don't go Slayton.
You won't regret it. No,
Brady or Kyler Murray.
Yes.
The Bucks are up. The Bucks are going to have a tough. This is a tough matchup this week.
Oh, did you just type in another? That's what you were doing when you were typing. I see you. All right, DeAndre Swift or Zach Moss. I like DeAndre Swift a lot this week. I don't think he sees a repeat of last week. I'm going DeAndre Swift over Zach Moss.
I'm going to go Zach Moss to disagree to end it.
Of course you are. I like Zach Moss. Evans.
And yeah, we got 2 more.
This is a tough one. I'm going to go with Deontay Johnson.
I'm going Deontay.
All right, guys. That was fun. We might have one more question that pops up. But before we do, let's go ahead and let everybody know where to find you. Where can we find you guys on Twitter or wherever else it is? Let's go ahead and start out with Steph.
Okay. So you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Steffi Smalls with 3 L's, not 2, because if Steffi Smalls is listening to this, I would love to buy your handle. I've been messaging you for a couple of weeks now. But yeah, so you guys can find me there.
Cool.
You can find me. My Twitter handle's right there at @thereal_Adam_H. You can find all my injury content at theindroppables.com, where I'm a contributor for the Undroppables.
Very nice. And you guys can go check out my content at ff_intervention. You guys can go check us out at joinourcircle_, where once again, just like Steffi, we are trying to buy the name, but unfortunately, Join Our Circle without the underscore is a knitting company that has not been used since 2014. So make sure you guys go check us out at linktr.ee/fantasyintervention. And yeah, come join our circle, guys. We do this every Sunday. Make sure you guys sit in again. Let us know how we did the previous week. and hopefully we'll have a bet to settle between the three of us. So
Yeah, let's do it.
let's do it, guys. All right, we got one more question, then we're out of here. If Zeke sits, Pollard or Harris? I think Zeke's
Pollard.
in, right?
Zeke, it sounds like he's going to play. It's a hamstring thing. I didn't
He's
talk
not gonna
about
play
this
the
too
whole
much. Yeah, I didn't want to take up too much time talking about this. This is one of those things where, like, do they sit him because he's injured, or they sit him because they, have really nothing to play for at this point? But I think Tony Pollard would be the play if Zeke sits.
Nice, man. I'm going Harris. With
Harris as well.
Steelers, that's a tough defense to run against. I'm taking that one. All right, last one. Wait, Mike Brown.
What?
Mike Williams. Guys, we're out of here. Thank you all for letting us intervene with your fantasy football life. We're out.
See you guys.